What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Gerald from Bank of Gerald here with yet another video update. Today is June the 1st, Wednesday, 2022. And today we're going to do a video update on Metafi Yeilders. We were supposed to get an update today, and as far as I can tell, we have not gotten one. So, before I get started, I want to remind everyone that I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice, and I am not your financial advisor. I'm just a dude on YouTube sharing with you guys how I'm cranking out that crypto in many, many different platforms. Nothing more, nothing less than that. If you like this content, go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. And if you want to be notified and updated about everything going on here at BLJ, hit the notification bell as well. Let's get into it. So, the last update that I received was that we were going to hear from the CEO today. I'm not exactly sure if there was an exact time, but I know the time that we were all expecting was 11 a.m. Eastern time, which would have been 11 p.m. Perth time. And we haven't gotten that yet. A lot of people are waiting for that. It's been about an hour and a half since that time, and we still have not received it. Now, me personally, here's how I'm taking that situation. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to remove my Metafi link. From this video forward until I hear some more news, I'm just going to remove it. I'm doing that because I don't want anybody signing up for it if it's having issues at this time. Of course, it's been having some issues for a little while. We all know that. But for the new people, I don't want anybody new coming in and putting any money in. And I don't believe that deposits are even able to be happening if the money's coming from the outside of the platform at this point. But I'm going to do that starting off. So this video going forward, the link won't be there until I hear some positive news that makes me feel like I want to put it back. The second thing is, I want to remind everyone about the space that we're in. We have seen platforms that have representatives or have people that have a face or CEOs that come in and are talking and different stuff like that. That's not necessarily new, but it is refreshing to see that, because a lot of the high-risk platforms, a lot of the hypes that people join, they don't have that. So I believe that adds to the belief level of a company, of course, because you have someone that's corresponding with people, communicating with people, going live on Facebook, all that different stuff. And of course, it's a real person, it's a real human. So that added to the belief level of the company. But I have to say this. The rules stay the same, whether we have a face or not. Of course, we all have different goals. We all have things that we're trying to achieve. And I know, me personally, I have some goals that I am still hoping to achieve with Metafi Yeilders. However, what's going on right now is just showing the red flags of the space that we are in. So I can't get too emotional about it. It is what it is. And if it gets fixed, and we come back and we talk about it. But right now, things aren't looking good for withdrawals. Things aren't looking good as far as the platform is concerned. Now, we know what we have been told, and there's a difference between what we are told and what actually happens. So we always watch and we always hear at BLJ. I'm just speaking on my own opinion now. Just so we're clear, this is just my opinion. That's why we're patient. You know, sometimes things have issues, sometimes platforms have problems. Now, could this person have run off? Could Michael Daher have run off with the funds? Very possibly. Do I believe he would get very far if he tried to do that? Or if he was trying to do that? I don't. Now, we are in the crypto space. We all understand that there's so much risk in the crypto space. I mean, people get taken advantage of every day in the crypto space. I know sometimes Elon Musk and the CEO of Ripple. I remember one day Ripple's going through its lawsuit or whatever, its court case, and they were using an old interview of the CEO of Ripple to tell people that if they put their XRP into this, that they were going to be gifted more XRP. And they had this video rolling all day long. And I can only imagine how many people deposited their XRP into that, thinking that it was something that was legit. And like I say all the time, we never want to put anything into any of these platforms that we aren't willing to lose completely. So I do believe that those that were willing to lose whatever they put in Metafi Yeilders, they're not tripping right now. They're not tripping today. Of course, none of us want to lose our money. None of us want that. All of us want to be able to withdraw from platforms forever. But that's not the reality of the space, ladies and gentlemen. That's just not the reality of the space we're in. Now, if you thought that was the reality of the space, then it's okay. But now you have to shift your thinking, understanding that you have some choices to make, of course. Now, this is starting to sound a little bit to me like a platform closing video, but in all actuality, I am still waiting for an update. Let's be honest. Me personally, I'm still waiting on an update from the horse's mouth. I want to hear what Michael Daher has to say. I want to hear, what his opinion is. And if we were to compare this experience to maybe like the futures trade experience, right? At least in the futures trade experience, the person that was, Dylan or whatever his real name is, he actually came on and made an excuse why they were going to run away, right? He came on and said the authorities left a note on his door or whatever. They said he had to cease the platform, blah, blah, blah. He hated that he had to do it, but he just had to do it, blah, 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 all this different stuff, right? I believe there was a market thing, something happened in the market at that time as well. And quite honestly, the people came together and they found this dude. And I don't know the outcome of that because I don't dig too deep into rabbit hole drama like that because I'm just not into that. But last I heard, they found him. That's all I need to say. So if that is what Michael Daher is planning on doing, I don't believe that he'll get very far. Now, do I believe people will get their crypto back? There might be a few people, but the majority of people will not, because that's just not how things work in the space. In this high-risk platform space, when a platform goes away, so does your crypto. It's gone. This is exactly why we say never put anything in there that you're not willing to lose. And the best thing you want to do is be able to be in long enough or do enough work sharing the opportunity that you make your money back, whatever you put in. And then after that, you can play with house money. So that's always the strategy. That's always the plan. There's always platforms that we like more than others. And that happens sometimes. It happens sometimes. But as we're seeing, things not start to look very good with Metafi Yeilders, we always have to keep that mindset. It's very important. And if it's hard for you to keep that mindset, if you want to blame people or if you want to make threats or if you want to, like all of this stuff, we already spoke about the threats being made on, people's lives, no matter who it is. We should never let these platforms take us to that place. And if you're going to put enough money in a platform that'll make you want to go and harm someone because you lost it, then you don't need to be in this space. And this space doesn't need you. This space is risky enough on its own. We don't need people out here taking penitentiary chances because you put more than you were willing to put in. That's not what we're here to do. And it doesn't matter how much money you make in one platform. You're not going to get rich off of one platform. You may get actually, let me say this. You're not going to get wealthy off of one platform. You might make a lot of money in a short amount of time or a long period of time. But it's always about diversification. It's always about having multiple streams. It's all about having money coming in from a bunch of different places. As far as wealth is concerned, in my opinion, I got to make sure I say that. This is my opinion, of course. So, as we await, I'm still waiting. I'm looking, and I'll do this. Because I don't know why people don't have access to this group, but I still have it in my back office, and a lot of people are making comments, so I know that they have it in their back office, and I'm going to show you guys right now the Facebook group. And I'm not sure if it's still allowing people to be in it. It is a private group at this point. I'm not even sure if I can share the link. But what I will do is I will share the screen. And, of course, the last update that we have here featured is on the 24th. We've read through that already. Now, people are still able to make comments on old stuff. So this was a post on the 23rd, but as you can see, people are posting on it 7 minutes ago, 1 minute ago. You know, well, at least our accounts are still building up as promised, just can't withdraw. I mean, that happens in platforms all the time. Let's see all comments. Let's see what people are saying. Most people are saying that, you know, it's way past 11. Where's the live? Am I correct on the time? Any updates? I think it's a small group of people that I think that the small group of people that sent death threats to Michael has ruined it for the loyal, trusting investors. This is just someone's opinion I'm reading. I think he's going to be MIA. My opinion is that Michael should post a video every couple of days on the Metafi Yeilders website. Well, that's just their opinion, of course. But no one has seen any updates. And then, of course, Michael Daher's page here. We're not seeing anything. Whoops. Not seeing anything new. This was the latest announcement. And this is when he was talking about how people were attacking him. All right. So a lot of people saw that. This was May 30th. Today's June 1st. And I'm not seeing any updates. The last recent activity post was him saying, I promise to fight all the way. All the new features will be fully compliant. And that's all that matters now. A lot to do. If I click on that, that was 6 days ago. All right. So, me personally, I believe that whether he was trying to do something like take the money or whether he was trying to be compliant, all of these things take time. All right. And patience has always been a virtue in the space. And I think it helps to be patient, especially if you didn't put anything in a platform that you weren't willing to lose. And I think a lot of people that over-leveraged themselves and decided to put more money than they were willing to lose, they're feeling a little bit different today than I am, of course. And some people are going to be like, oh, well, you make a bunch of referral commissions. I'll be like, yeah, you're right, I do. Because I get on this computer and I talk about my experiences, and I feel like anybody can do that. You don't have to be the sharpest tool in the shed to be able to do that. So I don't feel bad about that. When a platform puts referral commissions together and affiliate programs and all the different things that go along with that, the people that are willing to do the work, they make that money. It's set aside for them. The people that don't want to do that work won't make that money. So that just is what it is. It is what it is. You play the game or you don't play the game. But you don't get mad at LeBron because he can dunk and you can't. Some people just enjoy watching LeBron play. That's why some people watch my channel. I ain't LeBron, and I can't dunk. But I ain't over here getting mad at LeBron because he's won championships in the NBA. You live your life, you do what you do. And for those that don't decide that this space for them, let me say it like this. For those that decide that this is not what they want to do anymore, they do not want to take risk on these high-risk investments. I get it. There's plenty of people that make that decision. That's perfectly fine. You won't be alone in that, all right? You won't. I can just about promise you that. But I won't be on that journey with you. My journey is to continue to find platforms like this. That'll, if it'll give you a 2-month run, then you had a good 2-month run. And maybe for the next group of people that decide they want to continue on this journey, maybe they'll do things differently. Maybe they'll take massive action and join earlier. Maybe they'll start YouTube channels and start talking about their journey so that when they go through stuff like this, they can be offset by something. You know what I'm saying? Free game. Start a YouTube channel. Really. There's plenty of people out here for everybody. Plenty of viewers. Anyway, that's not even about Metafi. But we're still waiting. Obviously, I'm still waiting for the update. But for right now, I'm taking my link down. That's just what I'm going to do. to move forward, and we'll move forward. And whatever we hear from, if it comes from Metafi Yeilders, the Facebook page, if we hear it from the CEO, wherever we hear it from, we'll make that announcement and talk about it. And that's it. All right. For those of you that are feeling a little bit disappointed by Metafi, there's a great reason why I am in many different platforms. Because in times like this, you got some other things to follow. You got some other things to lean on a little bit. All right? With that being said, put your 2FA on all the platforms that will allow you, and all the websites, all the wallets. That's what I meant to say, because you know crypto is the wild, wild west. And if you ain't strapped, you're bound to get hacked. Ask me how I know. It's not very fun at all. If you like this content, hit subscribe. And if you want to be updated about everything going on here at BOJ, make sure you hit that notification bell as well. And this is an update from Metafi Yeilders as I see it. Of course, this is all just my opinion. And what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to take down my link going forward. And we'll, of course, continue to monitor the situation. If we have any updates come across that are negative or positive or whatever they are, we're going to post them. We're going to talk about them. And we'll move forward. I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace out.